Hi, we're talking about property tax exemptions and property taxes in Douglas County. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe to my pages either on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook for new content every week. So number one, today I want to talk about property tax exemptions. Property taxes are due on the 19th of November, and they came out, I think they were mailed in September. So they give you about 2 months to make the payment. Either it's paid with your mortgage and it's escrowed, or you can pay directly on the website, or you can mail it in. So they have various ways of paying. And I want to tell you some ways you can save on your property taxes through exemptions. So number one is, first, if you believe that they're assessing your property value higher than what it's worth, you have an opportunity to appeal the value, but you must appeal before they send the actual bill. So they'll send you an estimate of what they think they're going to evaluate or value your property at, and then you have an opportunity to appeal their valuation. And you have to fill out some paperwork. It goes to their tag office that's on Fairburn Road. So the tag office has moved. It used to be in the Douglas County Courthouse. Now it's at 6200 Fairburn Road, and they have this big billboard outside, so you can't miss it. And if the exemption works, you want to pull some of the comps in your neighborhood and maybe show them, why you don't think it's worth that value. For example, and I had this happen to me, there are several of the same floor plan in my subdivision, and for some reason my home was listed as a higher square footage than the other same floor plans in my neighborhood. So I did call the tax assessor's office. They sent somebody out to remeasure my space. I think my square footage went down 200 square feet, and that's what they use. Part of it, that's what they use for your evaluation, your square footage. So it could be something like that. It could be that your house is a lot different from the neighboring properties, and they're not going to all of the homes in Douglas County, so they're doing like an estimate of the homes around there. So if you feel like your assessment is not accurate, you will have time before the assessment to appeal. So hopefully the appeal works. You take it to the county, and then they will reduce your assessment. It is kind of difficult to get an appeal, but it's worth a shot. So number two are homestead exemptions. So there are several homestead exemptions you may qualify for, but the most basic one is establishing your primary residence. That's called a homestead exemption. That means that's your primary residence. You can't get it on rental properties, but it will lower your valuation a little bit to save you some taxes, so you're not taxed at the full valuation. So you do get one exemption. Every homeowner should get it if it's their primary residence and it's your homestead exemption. If you are not getting this exemption, it's too late for this tax bill, but you can apply online to get the exemption for next year, 2020, as long as you apply by April 1st. So again, you have to apply all of the exemptions that I'm going to speak about. You have to apply by April 1st of 2020 for them to affect your 2020 tax bill. So the other exemptions are, and they're on the back of when your tax bill comes, all of this information is on the back. Sometimes you don't even flip it over to see. So the majority of your taxes are going to schools. So 67%, I'm looking at 67% is going to the Board of Education to run our Douglas County schools. The other 33 or so percent goes to county government, so they can run the government. So, and supply us with services around the county. Now, you can be exempt from the school tax at age 62. So once you turn 62, you can apply for the 62 school tax exemption. That will lower your property taxes significantly, because 67 of all of our tax bill, 67% is the school tax. So that's going to be a significant savings if you go ahead and apply for it. Now, Douglas County does not know when your birthday is. They don't know when you turn 62. It's your responsibility to apply for the homestead exemption when you reach 62. You cannot apply at this time, you cannot apply for that exemption online. You have to actually go to the county tax office and apply. The other exemptions are, there's an age 65 exemption. So when you hit 65, 3 years later, you can apply for another exemption that will reduce your property tax. There's also disability. If you're disabled, you also can receive significant property tax savings. And if you're the surviving spouse of someone that was killed in war, or a peace officer, so a police officer, a firefighter, or anybody that was killed in action, then you can also receive a property tax exemption. So if you are not currently getting one of the exemptions that I spoke about, and you want to make sure that you get that exemption in 2020, you can go now and apply for it. It just won't take effect until 2020. And you have until April 1st in Douglas County to apply. And I'll link all of the addresses below, the links to the county tax office. I'll link everything below in the comments or in the description, so you can go directly there and get your exemptions that you're entitled to. Because a lot of times people forget, they get older, they stay in the same house for a long time, and they're paying significant amounts of money in taxes that, you know, when their incomes decrease as they get older, they don't necessarily need to be paying anymore. So if you're watching this and you have some parents that might be retired, or that may have just been living in their home for a long time, and you're not sure if they're getting the exemptions that they qualify for, please help them, show them this video, tell them to go to the county tax office, or take them yourself, so you can make sure they're taking advantage of all the exemptions they're entitled to. All right, well, this is Shahida Hill of Maximum One Realty and Destination Douglasville, telling you everything great about living in Douglasville, Georgia.